Welcome to Recap Scope. Pushpa Lal goes to deliver sandalwood, but in the middle of it, police stops him. He bribes the police and leaves from there with the material. Pushpa has a simple principle of life that he will never bow down in front of anyone, and that is why instead of showing respect to his boss and making peace with him, he leaves the place. Seeing him, another laborer, Keshav, also leaves his work and follows him. 2 trucks are filled in the village, and the laborers are taken for 2 different works. They are paid 100 Indian rupees for one and 1,000 for the other. Pushpa gets in the truck of 1,000 rupees, knowing that it is an illegal work. From there, all the laborers are taken to the forest, where they are given the work of cutting red sandalwood. While they are cutting it, suddenly the police arrives. Everyone starts running here, and they're out of fear, but then Pushpa tells them how much hard work they have done, and now they will not return empty-handed from here. Before the police reaches them, they all hide all the girls together. DSP Govind comes there and inquires about the feces. Pushpa says that the DSP himself has come, so to save his respect, he has hidden the feces, but if he wanted, he could have taken the feces from in front of their eyes. All the laborers are shocked to see the laborers and stand with him. Some Pagavan gets scared and says that the police will not be able to stand against so many laborers, and that is why he has no other way to save time. Seeing this, Keshav gets very impressed, and from now on he becomes Pushpa's right hand. All the laborers are leaving after finishing their work when Govind returns there with the entire police force. He gets out of the truck in front of their eyes and hides the truck somewhere. Not only this, he goes ahead and surrenders himself to the police. During interrogation at the police station, the story goes into flashback where we do not get to know that Pushpa is the illegitimate son of Multi Venkataraman, a big man of the village. Venkataraman was already married, but he loved Pushpa's wife very much. His father died in his childhood, and after his death, Pushpa's stepbrother started harassing her and her wife because he did not want her father's name to be mentioned in Pushpa's name. To find out the reason, her boss comes to meet Pushpa at the police station. Pushpa's new boss is named Reddy. These 3 brothers are directly part of Chaka Reddy and Jolly Reddy Kanda Reddy smuggling syndicate. One of them is a part of the whole business, who is the youngest brother, is a part of the business but spends all his time on alcohol and girls. He does not spare any girl he sets his eyes on. Chaka comes to the police station to meet Pushpa with Jolly and asks her about the feces and also why she did not open her mouth even after being beaten up so much by the police. He asks Pushpa to tell the police about the feces and that it is of no use. He demands 500,000 rupees in exchange for the information. He is released from the police, and Pushpa returns the feces to them. After getting the feces, Jolly insults Pushpa and throws her out of the car. He asks her to return in a car of her means. At that time, he immediately buys a car for 5 rupees lakhs, and with the same car, Kanda Reddy has called a meeting of laborers where Pushpa also comes. All the workers tell Kanda that since DSP Govinda has come, it is very difficult to cut the girls and bring them to the go down. Pushpa then tells Kanda that he has a plan with which no truck will ever be caught. He cuts the truck in the middle and divides it into pieces. Sandalwood is kept underneath, and then milk is filled in the other half by welding, so that everyone thinks that milk business is being done. As soon as Pushpa gets the first truck clear from Govinda's checkpoint, she says that the entire work should be handed over to Pushpa and only Jack should be given. In return, Pushpa offers 500,000 rupees for each truck, but Pushpa demands 400,000 rupees for a 4-person partnership. He tells Keshav that he did not suffer a loss of 1 rupee lakh. Rather, by doing this, he has become a partner of Kanda Reddy, because at this time Pushpa is more interested in partnership than earning money. Pushpa falls in love with Rivalry, the daughter of a laborer working with her. He tries to woo her indirectly through Keshav, but Rivalry does not pay any attention to him. Still, Keshav somehow manages to get Pushpa and Rivalry together once or twice. During this, Govind Kanda Reddy's truck is seized. Another laborer is caught along with Rivalry's father. Govind tells both of them that the goods worth about 200 crores is going to go out of Chennai, which belongs to Mongol Sinu, and he is going to keep his goods at the go-down of Mongol Sinu. If both of them give information about it to Govind, then he will not only give them 50 lakhs as ransom, but they will also reach there. Therefore, both of them meet the police. Mongol Sinu is the head of the Sandalwood smuggling going on in Chennai. Many businessmen, like Kanda Reddy, are also trying to smuggle sandalwood from Chennai. They sell their feces to Mongol Sinan, and Mongol Sinu gets it cleared through about 15 checkpoints, and then delivers the feces to a man named Murgo. Mongol Sino has to reach Kader Reddy's godown and gets his feces stored in it. Pushpa is responsible for removing the feces from the godown. But even on Pushpa's request, the feces are not removed from the godown because Jolly Radius brings a girl to the godown at night. Shrively's address informs Govind about this, and he leaves for the godown with the entire police force. Pushpa understands that now, even if they want, they will not be able to take the feces by road. So he dumps all the feces in the river and tells Keshav to go and save the water. So the police does not find anything at the godown. The entire syndicate comes to know that because of Pushpa, today feces worth 200 crores has been saved even after the police got a tip. Mongol Sino throws a party in celebration of this where all the businessmen, policemen, even politicians and ministers of the syndicate come to the party. Pushpa comes to know that Mongol Sinu took 2 crore rupees from Murugan and gave only 25 Indian rupees lakh to Kanda Reddy and others. Pushpa goes to Kanda and tells him to go and talk to Mongol Sinu about this, but Kanda knows that talking to Mongol Sinu means inviting death. So he cleverly tells Pushpa to go and talk to Mongol Sinu, and if he agrees to raise money, then he will give him 50% partnership in the business, and if he does not agree, then he will not be spared, so that Mongol Sinu will not do anything to him. In the midst of this celebration, Keshav talks to Shrivali's father about Pushpa and Shrivali's relationship. He says that Pushpa is the younger son of the government. Hearing this, Pushpa goes to the man for the relationship with her man. He goes to Shrivali's house, but just before their engagement, Pushpa's stepbrother goes there and tells everyone that Pushpa is a Nutraja child and they should not marry Shrivali to him. He also insults her mother a lot. He cannot tolerate it and beats her very badly. In the midst of all this, her mother gets injured and she is immediately admitted to the hospital. Seeing all this, Shivlik also feels very bad for Pushpa. Seeing all this, Pushpa finally decides that from now on he will not remain silent about his father. Not only this, he will not tolerate any kind of justice, whether it is Kanda Reddy or Mangelsson. From there, he directly goes to Mangelson's house and tells him that from now on he wants not 25 lakhs, but 1 crore in exchange of 1 tan feces, because he will sell the feces directly to Murugan. This was the first time when a person Mongol Sinan had raised his voice against him. He calls Murugan from Mongol Sinan's phone and tells Murugan in front of him that now he will deal with him in Chennai. He will not sell his goods to Sinu. Everyone is surprised to see this. After thrashing Mongol Sinan's men, he directly goes to Chennai with the goods to Murugan. He tells Kader Reddy that he is making a deal of 1.5 crores for 1 kg of goods. Pushpa reminds him on the radio that now he is only a 50% partner and he will get half of the share of the Lotus from him. Meanwhile, Valley Reddy comes to know that it was not Shri Valley's father who had cheated him, and he tells the gang that he will leave him, and in return he wants Shri Valley for 1 night. As soon as she comes to know this, she goes directly to Pushpa and tells her that she loves only him. She knows that Jolly is his boss, and Pushpa will not be able to raise voice against him, but he has secretly accepted Pushpa as his husband, and she does not want anyone other than him to touch her. As soon as Pushpa comes to know about this, she beats Jolly Reddy to death. He tells Jolly that he will definitely take revenge, but without telling Jolly. Kanda Reddy comes to know that it is not Pushpa but Jolly who is responsible for his condition, and he takes her with him under the pretext of a deal, so that he can kill her. Keshav comes to know about this, and goes after Pushpa to save her. Kanda Reddy is about to shoot Pushpa when suddenly Mongol Sino's men arrive there, and Sino's brother-in-law kills Corner Reddy. There is a fierce fight between Sinu and Reddy's men. Sinu's brother-in-law is about to kill Jagga Reddy, but then Pushpa comes there and saves him. Sel kills Jaka. Jaka is shocked at why Pushpa saved his life when he himself brought him there to die. Pushpa says that it was between Reddy and him, and even today Jaka is his partner. So if any outsider attacks him, then Pushpa will definitely save him. After Reddy's death, the entire syndicate is in turmoil. The minister himself calls a meeting where he comes to know about the enmity between Mongol Sinu and Reddy. Pushpa tells the minister that Sinu is cheating everyone in the syndicate and gives only 25 lakh rupees in return of goods worth 2 crores. Pushpa also says that all the businessmen bribe the police separately. If they all come together, then the bribe will be less, and the profit will also be more. The entire syndicate supports Pushpa. Even Jagga Reddy tells the minister that the business has increased a lot only after Pushpa's arrival. He is older and now he should take command of the syndicate. The minister makes Pushpa the head of the syndicate, and thus Pushpa becomes Pushpa Ba from Pushpa. The minister's authority is on her head. He has a hand and the police is in his pocket. Mongol Singh cannot do any harm to him even if he wants to. Talking about Jolly Reddy, he keeps on imagining revenge while lying on the wheelchair. Meanwhile, Pushpa and Shri Wali's marriage is fixed. Everything is going very well. There is no one in the city who can even touch Pushpa. But then, IPS officer Bhanwar Singh Shekhawat enters. Bhanwar Singh is a self-obsessed officer. As soon as he arrives, he picks up a laborer from the jungle. He shoots 2 of them and tells the press that both of them have run away. Pushpa gets to know about his arrival, and he goes to the police station to meet her. He takes a lot of bribe along with his wedding card. There, he insults Pushpa in front of everyone. He says that the shirt he is wearing is branded, and the shirt Pushpa is wearing has no trace. Pushpa is an illegitimate child. Not only this, he also tells Pushpa that Pushpa also tells him to address him as sir from now onwards. Pushpa quietly leaves from there. From now on, whenever he meets Bhanwar Singh, he calls him sir. He also becomes good friends with him. But Pushpa calls Bhanwar Singh to meet him on his wedding day. He drinks alcohol with him and reminds him how they met. Bhanwar Singh tells him that it is better to forget the past, but Pushpa tells him that if it was only about him, he would have let it go and that the singer insulted his woman that day. If he wanted, he could have given him an answer that day too. But that day he had promised his woman, and he did not want to hurt her. He asks him to remove all his clothes, and says that his brand has come off along with the clothes. If he goes to the village naked, then without his uniform, even his dog will not recognize him, and neither will he have any respect. After that he takes off his clothes, and says that his plan is not his clothes, but his father's blood flowing in his veins. He will come out without clothes right now. Even then the whole village will call him Pushpa Bav, because he had started his dream journey. But without uniform, Shekhawat has no status, no identity. Saying this, he goes straight to his mandip. Shivli asks him if everything is fine. He tells him that someone made the mistake of mistaking him for flower after hearing Pushpa. He tells her that she is not a flower but fire. She asks him, then the story is over. He tells Pushpa